One more time for First Lady Gwen Wall. Hola. Hola. Me llamo Melvin Carter y soy el alcalde de St. Paul, Minnesota. I am super proud to be here. Ruby, congratulations. Listen, Ruby let us clap for everybody except for Ruby. Give it up for her. This woman has given blood, sweat, and tears to this community and has served with distinction for so long. Your leadership is critical to making us who we are, and we say thank you, we say congratulations, and we say we love you. Seriously. As we stand here today, I am proud to do this work in a community that values our children, in a community that values our neighbors, in a community that knows to value one another, even in the face of people who try to tell us that if we look different, that if we speak different, that if we practice different cultures and languages and religions, then we're probably not supposed to be friends. Then we're probably, those differences are probably the problem. I'm proud to be in a city that says we're not just going to say we value young children, but we're going to start every child born in our city with $50 in a college savings account to show that we're invested in the children in this community. I'm proud to be in a city that has brought online things like college savings account, that has raised the minimum wage, that has piloted guaranteed income. I'm proud to be in a city that figures out how to take care of one another. And let me tell you, every now and then I meet folks who say, hey, listen, this guaranteed income work, or these college savings accounts work. This work to make youth sports free in our rec centers and eliminate late fines in our libraries, that's not the job of a city. And I know that they mean well when they say that. Because what they're saying is, I've looked at what the city always used to do. And the thing is, we've never done those things before. And I always tell them, our job isn't just to repeat what our city did in the 80s, or the 90s, or even the 2000s. Our job is to figure out what are the supports that our community members need today, what are the supports our community members will need tomorrow, and how to place that ground, how to pave that ground under our community members' feet. And so, when we say that this is unprecedented, when we say that this is a first, when we say that this state has never seen anything like that, and the First Lady left, she said, we'd love to see other cities try to be more like St. Paul. I was gonna tell her, nobody can be like St. Paul. But it means that you're doing the exact same thing, Ruby. It means that the staff here at Clues, that the board here at Clues, is not just saying, what are other folks doing? Or what did this organization do last year, or the decade before that, or the decade before that? And when we say that our state is invested in this work, it means our leaders at the state aren't resting on their laurels either. My last job before I became mayor was serving under Governor Davey as the executive director of the Minnesota Children's Cabinet. And Ruby, when I was in that role, every now and then I'd be speaking around the state and around the country, and somebody say, what's one thing that we can do to fundamentally change the odds for children and families in our state? And I would tell them the good news is I do have an answer. I do think that there's one thing that we can do that would fundamentally change the odds for children and families in our state. And that one thing is stop trying to find just one thing to change the odds for children and families in our state. Do me a favor. We all have, not the children of the community or the children of the world, but the children of your family. Get in mind a child who you know. whose name you know, whose face you see before you go to sleep at night. You got the person I'm thinking of? For me, it's Amila. She's at kindergarten today at Adams Spanish Immersion. And when I think about Amila's future, I'm not thinking about what's the one thing I can find to help secure her future. We're thinking about what? Everything. What's everything that we can do? And as excited as I am to be here in this space, and you know this is a city that values our diversity. This is a city that values immigrants and refugees in our community. This is a city that understands that simple lesson that when we bring to the table differences, we make the table bigger. And that should be an obvious thing. We shouldn't even have to say that when we walk into a space. But that is a simple principle that is under attack across our country and across the globe right now. And so as proud as I am about all the stuff that we do to care for young people in our community, I'm proud that we created an Office of Immigrant and Refugee Services. I'm proud that we created a zero interest fund to help people afford the cost of the citizenship process. I'm proud that this is a community that understands that our identity is the diversity that exists here. And I say all of that just to say that when I get a chance to be in this space, it's an opportunity for us to tell our children. And Camila, right, was walking me through one of the rooms earlier. And she was telling me that this was her room. But she got cut off by Mia, her 6-year-old daughter, who said, no, this is my room. And let me tell you, there's not much that we as a community can aspire to higher than Mia knowing that she has some place that belongs to her. Yes. And so to all of the Grand community members, to all of the members of the CLUES board, staff, and family, to all of the funders in this space who helped make this thing possible, thank you. Your work is halfway done. When you do the next grant, then your work will be more done, will be closer. To the children in this space, and so critically to our 4 entrepreneurs, our leaders, who in caring for our young people, you're caring for our community. 95% of brain development happens in those rooms, happens before age 5. What happens at those stages, what happens at those ages, impact every single other thing our community will experience. So you are taking care of our young people. And in doing so, I know that you are taking care of not just those young people who sit in that classroom, but you're taking care of a whole family. You're taking care of a whole community. And the least that we can do, I always tell folks my job as mayor, is to help the helpers. And so Ruby, CLUES, thank you for the help that you're doing to help our helpers. Thank you, ladies, for the work that you do to build our community for the future. And congratulations, felicidades to everyone for being here. I look forward to a bright,